Today, we'll cover the zoom effect with clipping in VIC 3D9 with Iris. Sometimes called masking, this effect involves obscuring a section of one object by placing another object on top to create a mask. To illustrate, first draw a circle using the DRAW ELLIPSE tool, and then a rectangle with the DRAW Rectangle tool in Iris. Reminder, pressing Shift while drawing constrains the proportions. For the rectangle, remove the fill but keep the stroke. Then make sure the rectangle is arranged on top of the circle using the depth setting in the menu. Now, select both shapes by selecting one, then pressing Shift and selecting the other. Then press C on the keyboard. You can see that the top object, in this case the rectangle, acts like the mask for the object underneath. To undo the clipping effect, select the group and press Shift-C. Objects can also be clipped using the context menu shown here when right-clicking on the two selected objects. Now, let's see how this works on a plot with animation. To zoom in on a specific region of a 2D or 3D plot, draw a shape over the area of the plot to be clipped. Then select the plot and the drawn shape and press C on the keyboard. The clipped object can now be animated to show or hide objects, as well as bring focus to certain areas within a plot. Again, selecting any clipped objects and pressing Shift and C will unclip the objects. In this example, as the strain increases, we'll zoom in to show more detail. We'll start with a 3D plot and add a keyframe at 0. Then we'll move the playhead to 10 seconds and add another keyframe. Set the time to 1.0. Now, copy this plot using Ctrl-C and paste in place with Ctrl-Shift-V. Now you have two identical plots in the same location. Make sure the top plot is selected and your playhead is on 0. Add keyframes for scale and position. Now, move the playhead to 10 and add another keyframe for scale and another for position. Move the plot to a new position on the left and increase the size. Next, draw a circle using the Ellipse tool and place it on top of the plot at the location you would like to highlight. With the playhead on 0, add keyframes for scale and position. As before, move the playhead to 10 and add keyframes for scale and position. Now move the circle to a new position on the left and increase the size. Now we need to create the reference circle which doesn't move. To do this, copy the circle using Ctrl-C and paste in place with Ctrl-Shift-V. Now delete the keyframes at 10 seconds on the new circle so that it is stationary. As you can see, the first circle moves out, leaving the other as a reference. To complete the effect, simply select both the circle and the plot by selecting one and then holding Shift while you select the other. Then press C on the keyboard. You can adjust the arrangement parameters using the depth selection on the menu. The original, non-moving plot should be the lowest number at 100. The non-moving reference circle should be on top of that at 101, and the clipped pair at 102. To fine-tune the placement, just remember to keep your playhead at 10 seconds and select the plot or circle and adjust the size and position. If you have any questions, please contact our support team.